the thinking, it signals that things are recovering in the smartphone market. So let's get more on that Qualcomm story and bring in Kunjan Sobhani of Bloomberg Intelligence. That's the guidance. What do you read into that, Kunjan, about the smartphone market globally?
Thanks, Ed. I mean, coming into the quarter, it was pretty clear that the smartphone market had hit its bottom. Customers have been clearing out inventory for a few weeks now, but what was not clear was what to expect in terms of the speed and size of the market snapback, especially in the Android market in China, which was sort of holding back the start of the recovery for Qualcomm. And there was this build-up anxiety around if we are going to have brace for another disappointment. So it was a sigh of relief to see signs of green shoots over there, especially from their better 1Q guidance. And a couple of data points to validate was the 35% sequential revenue growth from the Chinese Android OEMs, and them confirming that they will keep the majority share at Samsung 24 launch.
All of this, though, is at a time where Cristiano Amon is trying to diversify away from really the all-in on the mobile space. How is that working? How is that bearing fruit when you're looking at connected devices, when you're looking at automotive, for example?
I mean, look, the PC is really a call option for them, specifically in terms of street estimates. The numbers right now don't even attribute much revenue coming from this business. And even by Qualcomm's own commentary, they don't expect PC revenue to start contributing significantly until 2025. So the discussion right now around PC is more related to adding to the sentiment around this rather than the fundamentals. The good thing for them, though, is if they have any success, no matter what the size, it will all be upside from the current numbers.
Kunjan, I want to dig into some of your analysis you published last night, and that's about China. The landscape for smartphones in China has changed in terms of where the chips are coming from and also planning for the future. Based on what Qualcomm told us, what do you read into the Chinese market for that name?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, it was the one thing that was holding back the strong recovery like we're seeing in PCs versus not seeing in smartphone. I mean, so there is good signs that the Chinese Android OEMs are now pulling in and building on their inventory. So that's good for Qualcomm. The other factor there is the uncertainty about Huawei possibly gaining share. So we still have to wait and see how this plays out. But right now with them getting Apple back, and again, getting a lot more content in Android OEMs, as long as this market keeps coming back, it's going to be a double tailwind for Qualcomm.
Kunjan Sobhani, we thank you so much for Bloomberg Intelligence and all things Qualcomm.